Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here and give you a quick message, something that's been on my heart for a while. And I just feel really called to speak about it. A couple days ago, I was in Walmart. There was a family of 3, and it just really hurt my heart. They just like walked by. I didn't really make eye contact with them or anything. They didn't make eye contact with me, but I just noticed them, and it was a lady. She was about 50 years old approximately, and she was on oxygen in a wheelchair, and I don't know what disease she had, but it was something that looked like, man, she's too young to be looking that ill, you know. Upon observing them, the Holy Spirit just made it so obvious to me how tragic it is, because you know, we make ourselves sick. It's called disease before reason. Dis-ease. When you get stuck in low vibrational emotions or heavy emotions, any emotion that feels like it's challenging, anger, fear, shame, whatever. Those are emotions that we need to have. They're good for us to have, and we have to have them. However, those are emotions that you're supposed to just feel and process and then let them go. You know, you're not supposed to stay stuck in those lower densities. The reason why we are here is one of the reasons is to master our emotions. And that's part of mastering your emotions, is knowing that the denser emotions, like the ones I just named, you're supposed to feel them and let them go. Feel them, sit with them, and ask, why do I feel like this? Why am I angry? And see if you come to get to the bottom of the reason why you're feeling angry, or the reason why you're feeling sad. And just tell yourself, like, it's okay, recognize that emotion. You know, the main thing is you have to love yourself through the process. It's paramount that you love yourself and understand that we have those emotions for a reason. If fear wasn't in our repertoire of emotions, and we just, you know, we went hunting, and I went to a forest and I had no fear in me, you know, maybe I didn't know what I was doing and I was tracking an animal, and oh my gosh, it's a bear, and I wasn't scared of the bear. And then the next thing you know, I'm the bear's lunch. So fear is important to have. Those emotions are there for a reason, but you are not supposed to stay stuck in them. They are a tool to help you navigate your life and navigate around people. Navigate people around you. What is your body feeling? A lot of people ignore that, or they become so disconnected from how they feel that they can't understand that their body's trying to tell them something, you know, really important. Because energy never lies. It never does. You know, when you walk into maybe a place that you're not familiar with and you just all of a sudden feel off, or like get this feeling in your stomach like, ooh, maybe I'm not supposed to be here after all. You should listen to that. You should heed that and, you know, move accordingly. But back to the people at Walmart. So there was the older lady with the oxygen, and she had these bags under her, like under her eyes were just like discolored, and if I were to guess, it would be like liver failure or organ failure. And then she had like probably like a teenage daughter, or maybe a young adult, probably around 18 or 19. And she just was, I mean, she was overweight, and you know, you could just tell that she didn't care about herself. By the way that she carried herself, you know, it's not that I was judging. I wasn't judging at all. It was just, Spirit just made me aware, because I've seen it in my life, because I've been through a lot also. It was just evident to me that they were like in their own hell. And that's what hell is, y'all. It's mind imprisonment. When you make, so life is about choices. Every choice that you have, every moment, the little moments, they add up. So if you're like, good choice, and your vibration gets higher and higher, and you stay away from negative things, and I'm going to do a video about those. So life is just about choices. When you make a good choice and a good choice and a good choice and a good choice, you know, consistently, eventually you're going to end up on your best timeline, or even your highest timeline, if you're that committed. But when I looked at those people, and I realized that they were just in the result of a lot of bad choices, you know, the compounding of one bad choice, two bad choice, three bad choice, and how their bad choices just compounded. And if you keep doing that, you know, eventually you're going to find yourself in a self-imprisoned hell. Your body is going to start reacting, and then also, you know, you're walking around like that with that. That's why it's so hard to escape the matrix, actually, is because when you're caught in a really bad vibration, and then you're creating your own reality, whether you're conscious of it or not. So, and I could speak for this myself, I've been there before. When you're creating your reality unconsciously, and then all of a sudden you have this, the results around you show you what's on the inside of you. That's why it's so important to heal and become aware that you are creating your own reality. Because that's always the first step, is to be aware that you are co-creating with God. You are creating your reality. You, me. I'm creating mine, you're creating yours. And so when you didn't know you're creating a reality, because it's so kept from us that we're creating our realities, and that we're so powerful, that's kept from us, that you are super powerful, and actually you're actually very powerful. I'm very powerful. Everybody's here, and people have gifts. No, never mind, I'm going on a tangent. It's kept from us that we are powerful and that we create our own reality. So when you don't know that you've been creating your reality, and then you become aware that you've been creating your own reality, and you look around you and you see that, you know, your environment is just like, it almost like you created this just wall of bad things. You like, you're, maybe you have a bad car, maybe you have a bad house, you know, maybe your doorknobs are falling off the hinges, or your windows are broken, or whatever, just whatever. Your plumbing isn't fixed, and you know, every time you fix it, it breaks again. That's a result of the internal. And that's why it's so hard to escape the matrix, because you have to be diligent, you have to be committed, you have to be dedicated to, you have to want to change. So you have to want to change your circumstances so bad. You have to be absolutely, I'm not dealing with no bull crap. I'm going to change this and nobody's going to stop me, and I don't care what pops up, I'm going to do it. And that's how you have to be. That's absolutely how you have to be to change your paradigm, to level up, to get out of the matrix. You have to do that. So once you make that choice and you become aware that you are going to change your reality and no one's going to stop you, then you start understanding that you are actually very powerful, and you have the power to, if you have the power to make, you know, whatever you're seeing, like I just mentioned, the broken windows, a crappy car, crappy whatever, if you have the power to do that unconsciously, just imagine the power that you have to do things consciously. Just imagine what you can create when you're aware and you're thinking and you're actually putting your mind to what you want. Like, actually, it's, you could do anything. You could make anything. You can manifest anything, and the only thing that's stopping you is you. And then it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. So you have to get over the fact that you could not do it overnight. You cannot just blink and it's there, because we are not in the 5D or the 6D and the up and up and up. We are in the 3D. But you can change it if you have the willpower and the tenacity, and I know you do. I know you do. It's not a race, it's a marathon, like what they say. So when I saw those people in Walmart, it honestly, it just, my heart went out to them, because I was thinking, wow, like, people just really have no idea. People do not know the power that they have. Anybody who's successful in life, it doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter what they look like, it doesn't matter what religion they're in, it doesn't matter what color they are, it doesn't matter where they came from. The people that are successful are only where they're at because they believed. They believed. You understand how powerful your mind is. You have to believe. That's why it's so important. That's why if you're going on a spiritual journey, that's why it's called the dark night of the soul, because you have to, like, it's so mind-boggling for a lot of people when you just have to recluse and you have to pull yourself away from outside energies, everybody else, whatever, what have you. You have to go into your little hermit mode, you know, be a little hermit crab. And you have to start deprogramming all these um, things that you've been taught, all these beliefs that you've had growing up, and what you were taught in your childhood, and everything. My bad, y'all. My camera died. But it doesn't matter what the people are, who they look like. It doesn't matter any of that. What matters is your beliefs. What did they believe? They believe that they can do it. They believe that they're worthy. They believe that whatever influential room they were in, they believe that they deserve to be there because they loved and respect themselves. And if you believe that you can do something, you can do it. And so if you're stuck in a negative thought pattern, you have to change that. You have to change it. You have to hermit yourself, sit with yourself, start understanding what made you believe that way. Like maybe you're a woman and you've been scarred by men over and over. Like you think they're dogs and there's no good men out there and blah, 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 blah. Like you're never going to find a good man if that's what you believe. If you really truly believe that, you're never going to find a good man. You have to understand that you probably attracted that person, attracted those type of men, as hard as that is to sit with and take responsibility for. You have to know that it was, you needing to love you first. And once you love you first and respect yourself, and then you have boundaries up, first of all, you probably won't even be attracting those type of men anymore. But if you have the belief that all men are bad, then you probably will. But if you start loving yourself, then you'll be vibrating on a different frequency, and the men that you attract will be different. And you fix that belief that all men are dogs, because they're not. Just like all women aren't, ratchet. Everybody's different. And once you vibrate high, once you vibrate on a higher frequency, then you will draw in a different caliber of men, or vice versa. Whatever situation that you're in, you could be in a negative loop. Maybe you don't like where you're at right now in whatever kind of way. Change the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you believe, and your world will change. Everything has to be done up here, which is the 4D. The mind, that's the fourth dimension. The 3D is the thing that's we see. In the fifth dimension, that's the etheric realm and above. So everything has to be done in your 4D mind, and then if you start thinking positively, and then you start doing it every day, you really change within, because you can't fake it. You can for a little bit. I mean, you could fake it until it becomes habitual. That's why people say fake it till you make it. But you start actually authentically healing and changing in yourself and changing your beliefs and how you perceive people, then that will be modeled back to you, because it will start happening, become consistency, and that will compound. It will like snowball, and then that'll be made materialized, and it will just pop down to you on a lovely platter, like, here you go, here's your perfect man, you deserve him, because you love yourself, and he's gonna love you just as much. So anyways, I have a lot more to say, but I'm gonna save that for another video. My memory on my camera is very low, so I just want to make sure that I actually got the message out to y'all. So if you like this video, please make sure and hit the thumbs up button. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. I will definitely I will definitely interact in the comments. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, just, hit the subscribe button. It's free, it's free. And it would make me smile, because then it's like an energetic hug for me. So wherever you're at, whoever you are, I know that this will reach the people that it needs to, because God told me it would. And just hold on. It's, gonna be a little bit bumpy, but after you learn that lesson, the harder the lesson was, the bigger the bounty. So stay in love, do everything with love, and enjoy the little things in your life. There's got to be something you can be grateful for. So y'all take care. Bye.